Hello, Sustainable Innovation 2016. I am very excited to be here with you virtually. I'm sorry I couldn't join you. My name's Kyle. I started I-Fixit, and I'm going to talk about a little bit about repair, a little bit about how I-Fixit got started. I am here in sunny San Luis Obispo, California, way across the globe. And I actually started I-Fixit when I was trying to fix my own computer. I had a hard time figuring out how to fix it and struggled in the process and figured no one should have to go through that again. So I took the computer apart again, took some pictures, posted them online, and the rest is history. I-Fixit has grown rather popular since then. I'm really excited to be talking with you. And the last time I was in the UK, I picked up all of these wartime make do and mend manuals where there were all kinds of tips and tricks and guides for getting the most out of the limited resources that we had. And there's just all kinds of really cool things that they talked about in the war. And we've kind of lost track of that. But I think we're getting back to a point where we're saying, hey, resources matter. Resources are really scarce. They were scarce during the war. They're scarce now. We want to make the most that we possibly can with what we've got. And recycling will get us a ways, but it doesn't necessarily get us all of the way. So we're all here. We're talking about the circular economy. All of you know the circular economy chart. I'm going to primarily talk about repair, but before I do, I'd like to talk about some of the challenges with recycling. The UNEP program put out a metals recycling report, and I pulled the data from it, and we created this periodic table. This is a really nice distribution of the metals that were good at recycling and the elements that were not so good at recycling. We're not great at getting lithium back out of batteries. We're not great at getting cobalt back out of batteries. Even as we get better, we're only going to incrementally get better. The physics and the thermodynamics and the energy challenges intrinsic in metallurgy make it really challenging to recycle products. So if we want to talk about a future circular economy, recycling is a key part of it, but it's not all of it, and I want to talk about repair. Repair is going to be a cornerstone of the circular economy. And that's what we do. I'm a repair guy. I-Fixit is an online repair manual. It's our goal to teach everybody how to fix everything that they own. We're open source, so we publish all of our manuals under a Creative Commons license, and the idea is that we want to make it easy for anybody to be able to take their stuff apart. And also easy for people to share with each other what they write. So I-Fixit is known for doing teardowns. We take products apart. We write some repair manuals, but most of them are community created. This is one of our community members, Harley, in his garage. This is someone doing an oil change guide on a John Deere tractor. So we're interested in electronics because they're very resource intensive, but our community covers everything from clothing to farm equipment to electronics. And this is important. From the design all the way through the product, it's really important to focus on repairability from day one. If you don't design repairability in, then repair technicians and mechanics are kind of left fending for themselves. And we do a pretty good job of it, but we can only do the best with what we're given. And I want to talk a little bit about some challenges that we've found with design and some designs that have been pretty good, and the positive impact, because for every 1,000 tons of electronics that we recycle, it creates 15 jobs. If we can repair them, it creates 200 jobs. This is according to a State of Illinois economic report. And I think it's pretty self-evident. If you've got technicians that you're paying to turn screwdrivers, they're going to make more money. I have here, this is a Galaxy Note 7, and it maybe has $1 or $2 of commodity value, but if I could somehow fix the problem with it and make it work, make it available to sell, it would be worth a lot more. Now, maybe not so much with this product, but certainly with an iPhone. Anytime you can repair a modern smartphone, you're generating a lot of economic value. We have teardowns for all kinds of interesting stuff on the site. This is the first ever product that was put on I-Fixit. This is the Sony transistor radio. This is the first community teardown that was put on the site, and it's really cool, and the inside are neat. And this actually is really well labeled and easy to get in and repair. We also have some kind of fun gizmos. This is Pleo, the robot dinosaur. I really enjoy seeing inside Pleo. Brace yourself, because this is inside him. Pleo has an extraordinary number of parts and components and gears and electronics. I count over 7 circuit boards, 90 screws, incredibly complex. And this is the case with a lot of the products that we see today, is that there's a lot going on inside. It's very challenging for repair technicians and for recyclers to reverse engineer these products. So that's why we kind of create a roadmap. I-Fixit is a roadmap to get inside. HP is here at this event, and I'm very, very excited they're here. We've been working with HP lately. They asked us to take apart their Elite X2. This is their flagship tablet. It's a competitor with the iPad Pro. So if you're familiar with the iPad Pro, it's a larger tablet. This is a larger tablet, and the last time I was here speaking in 2014, I showed how difficult it is to take apart the iPad and how much glue there is and what a real challenge. And so I thought I would follow up because it's been 2 years since I showed that, and I came and I complained and I said, the iPad is difficult to take apart. We don't like it. And some folks listened. So HP listened to what we had to say, and their new tablet is really quite easy to take apart. There are suction cups on the outside, or we use suction cups to get the outside off, and that's okay. It's not destructive. And then the battery, you'll note, actually has a connector on it, and the battery is held in by screws. It's very straightforward and easy to remove the battery, which is really important for recycling. It's going to be much more profitable to recycle this HP tablet than an iPad, for example, because it's just going to be much faster and safer to get the battery out. The storage inside the tablet is upgradable, which is wonderful. And here's the whole thing disassembled, and we were really proud to give HP a really high repairability score for the device. So props to HP, they did a great job with this device. We also gave HP a high score on their Z1 workstation. It's an all-in-one workstation, and we gave it a really high score. Now, in order to get the highest score, you have to put service documentation online. And that's really important to make sure that anyone out there, if they get the device, has access to the information that they need to be able to pull things apart. And HP has really been a leader in that. Okay, so we talked about positive example. Let's talk about a negative example. The Galaxy Note 7 is infamous now. This is going to go down in history as one of, if not the most disastrous product launch in history. But it didn't have to be that way. So I've got, this is the Galaxy Note 7 that I'm not giving back to Samsung. You can pry it out of my cold, dead hands. And I can prove to you it's a Note 7 because, hey, look, I have a stylus. And your hot new Android or iPhone doesn't have a stylus. So everybody was really excited about the Note 7. It sold 2.5 million units right away. And then they started blowing up. So this, I like to joke that this is the world's first self-disassembling smartphone because it blows itself up. But if you're not going to have it take itself apart, how do you do it? Well, the first thing we have to use is an eye opener, a lot of heat, a lot of prying, glue, adhesive, really hard to get inside, and a long way to get inside all the way to get to the battery, to separate the battery from the phone. So why is this a problem? Well, it turns out the whole phone isn't really defective, it's just defective batteries. And it's only a very, very small fraction of defective batteries. The problem is that Samsung doesn't know which phones have the defective batteries and which phones don't. But if they had been able to recall just the batteries, and this is our final repairability score, we gave it a 4 out of 10, and one of the things we said is, hey, the battery is tucked all the way inside, it's glued in. If they had not glued the battery, and if they'd made it easy to swap out, like, say, HP did on their tablet, you wouldn't be having this problem. They would have been able to recall 2.5 million batteries, send people new batteries, and it would have been fine. And the previous Note actually had that modular design. So we've got this trend where manufacturers are gluing batteries in, and they think that they're doing it because it's in their financial best interest, because they think that consumers want thinner and thinner products. But I bet if you went to Samsung now and you said, hey, you know, it's costing you over $1 billion to recall this tablet, if you hadn't been so aggressive on the thickness and you'd gone with a user replaceable battery, you would have had a market advantage there, and you wouldn't have been opening yourself up to all of this risk. Okay, there are other benefits to having modular batteries. It also makes them longer lasting. We did a survey of all of our community members, and we asked them, like, hey, what's important to you? And they said that having access to repair information is really important. 91% told us that iFixit's enabled them to do repairs they wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And I'm sure HP has similar data with all the repair information that they put online. They're enabling consumers to engage with their brand more. 95% of people told us that a successful repair makes them more likely to buy a product from that same manufacturer. So it engenders brand loyalty, and the more familiar we are with the products, the more likely people are to want to use them. We were really shocked when we asked, like, okay, so you use iFixit when you need it, you fix one thing, two things, how many things are you fixing using iFixit? And we were really blown away that once people get started repairing things, they don't want to stop, and our typical user has fixed 7 things, which is really, really cool. And it starts to build a community around your products. The Xbox 360 is a product that Microsoft has basically given up support on, but we've got a really active thread. I just took this screenshot, and we're getting new questions coming in all the time. And sometimes they want to know questions. They're just curious about the product. This is a question that got a really nice detailed answer, and there's a lot of people just want to know, like, how does this product work? I'm interested. Very, very cool. So what's the opportunity for manufacturers and for brands to engage? Well, We need to work on increasing product lifespans. We're going to be resource constrained in the future. Increasing product lifespans increases material efficiency. It's going to reduce electronic waste by encouraging resale markets, aftermarkets. It builds brand loyalty because people know if the product's going to retain its value well, if they know they're going to be able to repair it, they're more likely to recommend it to their friends. And it's also really just an opportunity to build a better customer experience. So let's talk about a company that's doing this really well. We're working with Patagonia. They're based out of Ventura. They're an awesome company. They make really long-lasting products, and they have a lifetime warranty on all their products. They tell stories about repairs that customers have done. They worked with us and put repair information online, and this has been really, really cool. We've helped thousands and thousands of their customers learn how to repair their own products. Their repair center is doing over 40,000 repairs a year, and then consumers using information that we write it, but then it's available both on Patagonia.com and on iFixit.com. It's been really empowering people. We've gotten very, very good feedback, and Patagonia has gotten very good feedback. And it goes to the heart of their brand because their brand identity is tied to long-lasting, durable products. Fairphone is doing the same thing. This is a cell phone startup based out of the Netherlands, and they're really killing it with a cell phone that's designed to be modular from the ground up. And there's no way Fairphone is ever going to have a recall problem like Samsung had with the Note 7 because their product is designed to be modular from the get-go. And they make repair parts online. You can actually buy a new battery from them for 12 euros. So what's the bottom line? What do we have to do to make a better, sustainable electronics industry? How do we bring the electronics world into the circular economy? It's really straightforward. We need to integrate design for disassembly and repair into the product design process from day one. We need to make consumables like batteries user replaceable. That should just be a given. It should not be the case that you can buy a product with a battery that's glued in, that can't be repaired, that can't be recycled. We need to empower consumers by allowing them to repair products or empower them by giving them access to local independent repair shops. We need to discourage adhesives and difficult to recycle designs. It's an absolute travesty how many safety challenges recyclers are having with modern products. I hear all the time about fires. I heard about a battery fire at a recycler in the UK the other day. There was one at a recycler in the Netherlands last year. This is an epidemic and it needs to stop. It's not the recycler's fault, it's the product design's fault. We need to stop gluing batteries in. And maybe most importantly, let's get some of this repair information available. Tell the recyclers how to safely remove batteries. Tell repairers how to get inside things. And let's build a circular economy by facilitating repair of all walks of life, whether it's independent local repair shops, whether it's the authorized dealer, whether it's consumers. Let's enable repair across all of it. We're working with a consortium of European partners under a Horizon 2020 grant. We call the project Close We, and we're actually building a central database of recycling information. So if there's any manufacturers here that would like to work with us, we'd love to talk to you. We're gathering disassembly information from manufacturers. We're contributing all the information from iFixit. We're working with recyclers, and we're bringing it together. And the idea is that if we have one place where everybody can go to learn how to disassemble these things safely and also have access to part numbers, then maybe that's an opportunity to bring some of these parts from repair, from recycling back into the market. So this project is going really well. The database is completely built out. The software is ready, and now we're populating it with content. And I'm excited to announce that HP is the first manufacturer that has jumped on board and contributed their information. We're working with Fairphone and other partners on this, and we're really excited about it. So the last thought that I will leave you with is that a circular economy is all about the economics, and repair creates jobs, period. Thank you very much.